What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Street Preachers Podcast, Episode 1, Verse 1, Sermon 1.
Absolutely. Ready to kick this thing
off.
off.
Genesis.
Yes, sir.
So, Chris, what's going on, man?
Man, it's been a year, man. It's been, we're just starting this year, but...
We made it out of 2020?
Yes. Looking to get back to normal, hopefully.
So, what was the highlight for you for 2020? Aside from obvious, family and things like that.
The highlight.
Like, did everybody would know?
It's a good question, actually. Let's see. Man, it's really hard not to say, man, just health. Honestly.
COVID free.
Yeah.
COVID free.
Yeah, man.
I had one COVID test.
Yeah.
And I passed.
I had 3. And I passed.
One for one, 3 for 3. We're back at 1,000. So
yeah, man. With this past year, man, just health. I can't ask for anything more than that. Obviously, family. But yeah, man, just trying to put this thing behind us and move forward, man.
And there's been a lot of people ask me on the side when we were gonna get this thing started. This man had created a human.
Yeah.
In the past.
Yeah. Well, it was just before 2020.
And
so
got another one on the way.
Yeah.
So he's been busy. So it's a delayed reaction for us, but we're here now. We're gonna bring you guys a lot of hot topics.
Absolutely.
A lot of music, a lot of sports, a lot of things about women, relationships.
Yeah, the whole 9. Definitely ready to kick it off.
Yeah, so we're gonna have guests pretty frequently. We're gonna have. It's gonna be everybody. It's we're gonna have former athletes. We're gonna have musicians. Or just generally interesting people.
Absolutely. About all types of topics and things. And it should be fun. For sure.
This is a no budget podcast. Right now we have 0 budget. So it's going to, if you grow with us, we'll have, it's going to be nice eventually.
Yeah, we'll expand and kick it off, man.
We got 2 people on our roster, you and I.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
But I don't know. Let's get into the preaching.
Let's do it.
So we're street preachers. We like to keep things good and nice and whatever. But we got our ear to the street. We definitely know what's going on. It's been a long, hard road for everybody this past 12 months, 17 months probably.
Mm-hmm.
But it's we're finally, in my opinion, getting kind of back to normal as far as our lives are concerned, because we getting this started, business ventures with we're both into cryptocurrencies.
Into cryptocurrency.
That is something that we talk about a lot. I don't know, man, like just investments or the real estate game.
Just taking control in general, man. Not waiting for somebody else to give it to you. Going and getting it and controlling your own destiny. It's very important.
Yeah, there'll be some advice given. You can take it or leave it.
Right.
It's like you might look at us and think, well, why should we listen to you? Okay, valid point. Well, here's a reason. We do the research. It doesn't mean that we've got it all figured out, but we can direct you. Maybe you're closer than we are about it.
Right.
So
absolutely.
So that's what it's about, I think.
Yeah, I agree, man. And that's the thing is, like you said, you don't have to listen. But that's the same way how I've been moving, man. Is listen to other people. That's how I've gotten kind of where I'm at, and you can skip some of the heartache and some of the processes if you just listen. But the main thing is listen and go do your own research. Take opportunity.
Think about it. Imagine if we were 22 years old.
Yeah.
And we had somebody being able to help us cut corners.
Oh, man.
Just one corner. If something I say resonates with somebody and they say, dang, like,
right,
that particular thing you told me helped me earn another $10,000 in my first year of doing my business. Or,
right. Yeah.
Just it's about giving perspective. It's not about us knowing everything.
Right.
It's about just we got perspective.
Different ideas, man, for real.
But yeah, we just gonna cover everything. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. It's just about life.
Yep. And
everything.
We're both talkers, so it's gonna try not to overlap each other.
Absolutely, man. What you want to kick off?
I don't know, man. Like, you know, we both are about sports, so we might as well just I mean, the most recent NBA type stuff is another trio, super team forming up in the Brooklyn area. I don't know about you, but when I was seeing James up in Houston before he got traded, he was looking like he was wearing a fat suit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes, somehow his trip up to Brooklyn, he looked like he's been doing Taebo and disco and
real quick. Yeah, real quick.
I don't know how he pulled that off, but he got what he wanted, and now, of course, it doesn't matter if the NBA's talked about. LeBron gets thrown into the fray somehow. They're talking about, well, if LeBron, this has come from Perk. He's like, if LeBron beats these guys, then there's no doubt he's done question GOAT. And I'm like, I can't co-sign that one.
I don't. I'm
not convinced they're getting out of the East.
Yeah,
in my opinion,
right.
I still like Giannis and the Bucks. I think they've been close for a minute.
I like Miami too. I mean, I like what they had already been able to do. Not saying that they'll. I mean, that's tough. That's a tough matchup to beat.
Yeah.
But I also just like with any team, you got to have continuity. So even if they do work out well, you got to gel together. And I still have questions about Kyrie, and not Kyrie alone, but Kyrie and Harden, how they kind of fit together.
Well, they both demand the ball a heavy amount. Now,
right.
If by position, Harden is a shooting guard,
right,
that you couldn't tell he was because he always handles the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie can play a true point guard. They're good.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to be the distributor. But KD, he's going to get his. He's nice. We talked about this.
Right.
You know, the guy is probably the strongest offensive force
right
ever. I mean, a 6'10", 6'11" shooter. I mean,
absolutely.
Why do people quit calling him Durantula? Like that?
That's
like that was such a dope name.
Yeah, man. It's just crazy to think. I felt like last year there was balance somewhat to the league, and now it's kind of
it's shifted.
There's been a shift in power again, but
yeah. Well, here's a good thing about it shifting is you are starting to see some of these players that, like, okay, Harden leaves, somebody's got to replace him there. We're seeing Boogie and John Wall kind of in their redemption song. They're playing together again. You saw what they did when they were at Kentucky. Houston may be the new, like the new Kentucky. I mean, in a way.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see what comes of it. Just basically how they're going to gel together. I still like Golden State. Of course, plays out.
Yeah.
But
well, we're talking right now on what is it, January 17th. We don't know what transactions are going to be made.
No, we don't. There's still a lot left, and I'll be honest. I like the narrative. I obviously don't like them dragging LeBron James into it because I just don't think. Look, that move should have nothing to do with the GOAT conversation. I mean, it's whatever, but I do like the idea of LeBron and them. Provided they make it. Not saying they will, but that'd be a nice little matchup to watch. If it plays out that way, it'd be nice to.
Well, money wise, the NBA loves it. Like from just a sheer superstar standpoint.
Yeah, and
the fans love it.
And something that sticks out to me is, and I don't know, which championship it was, but I know Kevin Durant had said to LeBron James, or not to LeBron James, but had said, I think in the media. I think that's the way it played out. That after the Warriors beat LeBron or whatever in the Cavs, that they were even. Now I disagree. I don't. That
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, like I don't see you as even because you beat LeBron and you had Steph and Clay. I don't see it that way myself, but it'll be interesting to see them meet up again. And I do like the Lakers team as far as balanced. I thought they did really well this offseason.
They're a better team now than they were last year.
Yeah. So I like that. So it'll be a good matchup, man. But ultimately, the only thing I can draw from it is I know how you think about Harden, how he plays. I mean, we know how he plays. Kyrie and LeBron. I thought they played together pretty well myself, but evidently there was something there that wasn't really working, I guess. And I don't know the details of as far as with Kyrie kind of being disgruntled, if anything had to do with the way the style of play had to be. But if that's the case, I definitely see a similar thing happen if it was due to the style of play.
Well, they're essentially the Amari and Nash sons. Right?
Yeah.
They're going to play zero defense and they're just going to outscore you. Uh-huh. So it's like you better come every night you got to be shooting.
Yeah.
But the NBA is on they're on the trending upwards. They're on the upswing.
Right.
It's more watchable now than it has been in 10 years probably.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree. I agree.
That's great, but in a later podcast we'll talk about who succeeds or who's the successor to LeBron.
Right.
LeBron retires.
Yes, that'll be crazy.
Something else that's going on right now is the NFL playoffs. We just concluded fantasy football.
Yep.
Some of us cried, some of us cheered. Some of us did both.
I was gonna say some of us did both. Yeah, no doubt. I did both, man. I got a league I ended up second in and had my main dude out all season, and then got a league.
And then
I'm getting first draft pick, which is not how I play on the being,
I tend to finish third in every league this year for some reason, and I was nice all year long. It's just that end of the year, man, when they start setting people for no reason.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
But these playoffs, man, like the Browns made a deep run. The Chiefs they're starting their dynasty. There's so much going on in the NFL. That another sport that's very watchable now. It's like it used to be. It's like same four teams.
Yeah, a lot's happening. You're absolutely right about that, man. To see the Browns kind of finally come into their own after just years of turmoil, it reminds me of the 76ers.
Mm-hmm.
Just years of trash, but they had a plan. There was a plan somewhat, but it's like it finally played out, and you could see that. I feel like in basketball, the plan can come together a lot faster, which is kind of what happened. But
it's the continuity,
right? Correct. And you got 5 guys, and when you got talent in 5 spots, boom, you're there. But with football, we knew that for a while there, the Browns had the skill. I mean, when you draft 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you know as well as I do what it is. You know as well as I do. It's the QB.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it is. Was it 16 starters in 12 years?
Yeah, it's something crazy.
And Baker has stabilized that. And whether I love him personally. Yeah, I love Baker. And
I gotta admit, I've talked bad. I'm not talking bad about Baker.
He's a figure. He is.
I haven't really talked bad about him because I don't dislike him at all. But I actually, for a while there, I'm not even going to lie, and I think some of it's just because of my opinion of the Browns. I was kind of like, Baker is just a glorified Manziel. And I didn't mean it in the terms of, he's obviously better than Manziel, not even a question. But there's some similarities there. And then I look up and I'm like, and it was this year, and I look up, I literally told Mark that, and then I'm like, I look, and I see the game that night, and I'm like, hold up, they're 9-3.
Yeah.
How can I say he's glorified Manziel if they're 9-3? And I took that statement back and told cats, I was tripping.
Well, you know why? Because I think if I'm not mistaken, I think at one point in the season they were either 3-3 or 4-3 or something.
Right.
And I think that what happened is they got on a run and nobody was paying attention to it.
Yeah, and they did their thing, man. And that's with Odell out. You know what I'm saying? So
they're actually better squad without him.
Right, yeah.
I hate to say it.
Yeah.
But Odell's going to go somewhere. Imagine if he goes to Green or something.
Yeah.
And he gets to play with, like, if you take the heat off of like Devontae
Landry and yeah.
and
Oh, you're saying if he goes to yeah.
Just some place that needs another receiver.
Oh yeah, I agree. Oh, yes, absolutely.
We can guarantee he's not going to one team.
Right. Yeah.
That is the hometown.
Oh
Falcons.
yeah.
Like they've got, that's a hot dumpster fire if I've ever seen one. It is.
It is.
And somebody's throwing gasoline on that fire. But I don't want to cry, so we'll move on. Of course, something that we center this podcast around is going to be, we affectionately call it the culture.
Yeah.
And to those watching this, if you have to ask what the culture is, you're not in the culture.
Right.
And that's what we kind of center this whole thing around. So music is definitely a big part of this.
Absolutely.
And we have very similar tastes in music. And this is where the interactive part is that I want with anybody to watch it, even if it's just one person.
Right.
Is we have off camera all the time, who's the best this, who's the best that, give me your top 5 this, that, whatever. I want this to be more of a group kind of thought, like
right.
group think here, because I love to get people's opinions on, like, I just let people talk when they want to label who's the top 5 rappers of all time. It is that's like saying what's the top 5 foods of all time.
Right. Yeah.
It's just such a stupid thing to say. It's like, so we talked about making tiers.
Right. Correct.
Like you can't argue if, like, Jay-Z is a tier 1 rapper. Like, even if you hate him, whatever, he is in the tier 1. But if you're gonna say that A$AP Ferg is a tier 1 rapper, like, that is a very debatable thing to say.
Yeah. Right.
And no disrespect to Ferg, but he's just not tier 1. The same thing in sports. You know, we can talk about LeBron and Jordan. They're tier 1.
They're tier 1s, right?
But if you say Harden is tier 1,
right, it's debatable.
Yeah, you can debate those things, but the top 5s, we need to dead that. Like, there is no top 5s in anything.
It's just a matter of.
Because my 5, I could be personally affected by, like, let's say that, I don't know, Larry Bird signed a shoe and gave it to me. I'm gonna think he's the greatest ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
regardless.
Like if I'm affectionately, like, connected to something that I grew up as a child and, like, had, you know, a jersey or I like the team because of my dad or a cousin or something. It's
right.
You're going to, that people's emotions really affect them in the top 5, top 10.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's like a personal thing, so
right.
It just gets too hard. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, now something that can be top 10 without question is food places.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
because you know, if we compare, like, McDonald's to Benihana's, like, we can assuredly tell you McDonald's ain't in the top 10.
Right, correct. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, some of it there, you know, there's a place you could draw a line, mm-hmm. straight down the middle. Let's segue to what's going on in hip hop.
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of rappers have been killed this past year. I mean, the past couple of years, but really, certainly a lot from Chicago, but other places as well. You know, Vaughn was shot last year. You know, and it's just crazy. And I saw something about a Chicago rapper that was, I guess the video had been out since 2018, but
and who is the rapper?
And I can't remember his name off top, which means I don't know how. You know how
so it wasn't like a well-known.
No. But even with what I'm seeing, it's like these well-known cats are kind of doing some of this too. But you know, he was talking about, like, killing, 51, murdering 51 of the ops, and I'm like, you know, where have we gotten to a point in the culture where, we got rappers just talking about, like, basically doing the police's job for them, like. And at the end, I think he said, murdered 51 ops. I hope I'm not indicted. And it's like,
Where you just indicted. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, you incriminate yourself, and it's just, and and here's the deal: it could be completely fake, whatever, but it's like, who wants that trouble? And doesn't it almost speak of your rap skills? I mean, if you got to use that and talk about that, then maybe the music's not doing itself a favor. And by the way, if the music was doing itself a favor, maybe I would know who he was. I don't know, but I'm assuming I would.
People now, they really, in music is what I'm saying, is like they go for shock value.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be that. Okay, I don't remember who it was, but somebody mentioned that these rappers would rather die because they know their career takes off after they die.
Yeah,
That's reference point. Triple X.
Right.
He was. I mean, unfortunately, I checked him out after he died.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I can see why people liked him. He's not what I personally like.
Mo3's the same way for me.
Yeah.
I didn't really catch him until after he died, and his music was. I mean, he was on his way up.
But see, that's the ever evolving, revolving door of going through and checking music out. Is some people you're gonna say, why is this person popular?
Right.
Like I feel that way about Juice WRLD. But I'm not one of those sad boys that wants to kill themselves and all that kind of stuff. And look, if that's who you are, that's cool. But,
right. Yeah.
I don't understand certain music, and it's not for me though. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm not 21. I don't understand anybody that listens to some of this stuff. It's not that I hate on it. It's just tell me where it's good.
Right.
Like, show me that. And if you show me, I'm open to hearing it. But me researching on my own, I can't find it.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
And I love hip hop music. Like I consider myself a connoisseur. I feel like I know more about the history of it. I can talk about any sector of it.
Yeah, any time, going all the way back.
Yeah, absolutely. But it gets on my nerves, man, about the direction it's headed. And
headed down a bad road.
But we talked about this. The good music's out there.
Oh, it is. You got to find it, but it's out there.
But it's the mainstream part is what sucks. Is like we have seen these kids come up and have the world in front of them, and they don't care about their craft. They just want to get that quick buck and then they're out.
Yeah.
Now, that's cool, but when is it gonna be cool to be talented again?
Yeah, and that's a good question. I don't know that we get back there. I don't know that we do.
You don't see people coming up as groups no more because everybody can do it on their own.
Yeah.
It's almost like the integrity of the game has been compromised because, money.
Yeah, and now, the way that you're able to get it now, the way that you're able to get it now, it's like, it's not about the labels anymore as much. So even people that get put on, they're getting put on, and the skill is not necessarily there.
No.
You can make a hot track, but you got to be able to, like, you used to have to make a hot album. Like, you had to be able to put together an album, and those days are just.
People call albums now when they drop a 6-song project. Like,
a 6-song project with like 2 good songs.
Mm-hmm.
The game's changed.
We talked about this at a separate time as well about replay value.
Right.
There's even with my favorite artists that are out right now, I'm not replaying this stuff like I used to. Like, it's like I'll hear it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The replay value has just fallen off. It's just not.
And I think that's why the quality it seems not to. It's not that the music is trash. It's just when you saturate the market so much. Like that's why, like for example, when Drake drops an album, people consume it up because he's not filtering out a song every week.
Right. Yeah.
But he's somehow found that perfect balance of keeping his fans like fresh in their head about
because I look and I see like NBA YoungBoy's got a song like every week or every other week, and I'm like,
and I don't ever like any of them.
Yeah,
like,
he's flooding. I mean, he's definitely flooding his stuff out there.
No, he's working.
Yeah, he's working.
Like, we can definitely give him that, but I just don't. I don't get. That's one that I will never understand. I can't co-sign him at all. I mean, he's Michael Thomas Jr.
Right. Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah. He does.
But he's. I mean, and for anybody that will be listening to these people, it doesn't mean I'm a hater. I don't care. Like I don't care about them. Like it's I've done.
Yeah, it's just some stuff. My bad. Some stuff you just don't understand. It's like we talked before. There's some songs that are there's songs from way back that people think are absolute classics and hits, and I'm like, just doesn't do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not that I'm hating. I just for me, I don't get the I don't get the appeal behind it. But it doesn't mean that you're hating. It is what it is.
Well, just because it's popular doesn't mean you have to like it.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I said that for years. I call it the Nicki Minaj effect.
Right.
If something's beat into your head enough, yes, you know the words to it.
Right.
Like, for example, I don't care what race you are, what gender you are, whatever. You know all the Backstreet Boys songs.
Yeah,
like it's by default because that was pounded into your skull through the radio, the commercials. Just it's like I mean, a lot of y'all won't admit it, but you know them.
Man. Look, man. I used to be when I was in college, man. They would play that, and man, you see thugs in the corner, man, like mouthing it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you know it. It doesn't matter. You definitely know it. That's just. But
this is my point that I was trying to make. You just because you hear it a lot doesn't mean it's good.
Right. That's true. Right.
That's that Nicki Minaj effect I was talking about. Like she did her best verse was on Monster.
Right.
Like by far.
Yeah.
After that, I heard Lil Wayne when she rapped. Like it was Lil Wayne was writing for her, or Drake or somebody, because she wasn't.
Right.
And then for whatever reason, people just wanted to say she was the greatest ever, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No thanks.
It's the game is definitely changing. The game is definitely changing.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, like I'm scared to see where it goes next. I don't like the direction it is. It can either take a turn and go. I don't know how it can get worse. I really don't. But I'm hoping that it becomes cool to be smart again.
Yeah. And I don't know that it will, man. It's just because it's getting younger too. It's getting to a point where it's like you got a lot of people rapping haven't really been through anything either. So there's no. Where's the smart? Where's it come from? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that it does. And that's not to say that there's still not some. I mean, Corday is young. He's a lyricist.
He's different though.
He's different. He's a lyricist though.
He reminds me, and I'm not comparing them as rappers, but Mac Miller and him are the same in the fact that they respect who came before them.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
And that's why their styles are so impeccable. Like they're not. Corday's never going to be number one on the Billboard because he doesn't sell out and change who he is.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And that's why. I mean, now Mac, he got high up there because he was a good white rapper. I mean, there's not many of them. So of course it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
But when you see those kids cut out of that certain cloth, they get respect from the old heads, and then that's it.
Absolutely.
And then you don't see it very much after that. But
the game has changed, man. It really has.
So we both like women.
Right.
You're married, I'm not. So we're gonna have a lot of good conversations about just women relationships.
Absolutely.
Getting all the different perspectives.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about women with guy friends? Like if now you're married, so it's a little different.
Right.
But what's your perspective on women with guy friends versus when you're just dating for when you're married?
So, I've always said, as far as if it's a friend you had before we were together,
what can you say?
Right, correct, because you're friends or whatever, and I like to think obviously this is coming from a standpoint of both of us being honest people.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fine. Obviously you've known them before. I don't see an issue with that, but I always do say, like, as far as meeting friends of the opposite sex post marriage, I don't. I see it as inappropriate because it's hard for me to see in what fashion that really happens after you're married, and because after you're married and you have, you kind of built your life together. It seems a little off kilter to me at that point personally. Like I even think about in my own circumstance. When do I have time to
add somebody?
Right, exactly. So that's the thing for me. I mean, obviously, and even to the point of how often do I add another male friend at this point? It could be maybe one every few years.
Because it's like a tight association.
It's association, exactly.
It's not like you just going to the gym like, hey, dude, we should hang out. Like,
right.
Nah, that's weird, actually.
Exactly. So for it to be someone of the opposite sex, there's less chance of association there. So I see it as kind of inappropriate. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I think that it depends on the seriousness of it, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
Because for me, if I'm just dating somebody and we're just trying to see what we can create.
Right.
I don't have female friends, not because I can't. It's just there's always trouble connected to it.
Right. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
And it's usually honestly not my fault. A lot of the times, it's they start acting weird.
Right. Yeah.
For those that have them, I'm not going to tell you not to have male friends.
Right.
But if you're going to be a woman trying to be in my life, you got to understand my perspective is I don't trust you if you say, all I got is male friends.
Yeah, no, that's it's not even normal. I mean, it's just not. It's
and then I've had a woman in my past tell me, it's like, oh, I'm just like a dude, and I'm like,
okay, then we won't work together.
I don't want to date a dude.
You're right. Yeah, that's something I'm looking for. So yeah,
and I don't know, man. Balance is everything. Balance is the key.
That's the key. You're right. I agree.
And it's okay to have some, but see, basically, my female friends are going to be my girls' friends, or
right. Yeah.
My cousins, or somebody that like a mutual friend through you, somebody that is a platonic situation, and there's just so many things that go into finding somebody, and we're gonna break this down heavy.
Yeah.
In
Absolutely.
Future episodes.
Absolutely.
But it's so crazy to me that, like you, I look at you. I've known you for 20 years.
Yeah.
And I've seen you date certain women throughout the years, and to see you have gotten over that threshold of finding somebody that makes sense for your life.
Right.
It makes me, it's easy to second guess yourself. It's easy.
Right.
It's easy to say, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah, and I don't think it's that either. I definitely believe it's timing. It's just
timing is everything.
Yeah, when certain stuff comes together at the right time, and I think a lot of times somebody out there is preparing for you. They may not even know it, but just when it goes off, it hits right. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, because it's like when you could be coming out of something.
Right. Yeah.
And a girl might have been sitting here single for 6, 8, 12 months.
Yep.
And you're just like, look, I'm just not in that space. And,
right.
And you might be perfect. You might be soulmates.
Right. Yeah.
But if the timing's off, it is what it is.
It's all about timing.
Mental space is also
absolutely
like timing, because the timing could be perfect. It's just mentally, are you able to accept this person?
Right. And I also say, I mean, a lot of people say, as you get older, people are like, I just had to get myself together. For me personally, no, I didn't. Like, when I met my wife, I didn't need I was together. It was just when the right person came. You know what I'm saying? It was when the right person came and our goals aligned. There was no faking the funk. Like, this is who I am.
Absolutely.
And good, bad, whatever. Are we good with that? And I believe there's more good than bad. Can we, and it's just about being honest and moving forward.
Yeah.
Not all this stuff to come out later. Like, no, this is who I am. And this is who
And they like that
person. Right, exactly. Not trying to front for somebody to act like you're something you're not, just straight
you don't
up.
send a representative.
Right, exactly.
You send your actual person, and they love it. And,
absolutely.
And I'm going to tell you, on a personal level, you are in a great situation.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm extremely fortunate.
Like my little nephew, man, just seeing him tonight,
yes,
it's just like it shows you that when it works out, it's perfect.
Right? Yeah, absolutely. And absolutely, extremely blessed, man. But yeah, we got a lot of great topics coming.
2021 is going to be big. Big business, big moves, big things, and you want to continue to tap into this, because this is going to be a wealth of knowledge. It's going to be there's going to be a lot of comedy involved. We got some things planned. Just not to sell the farm here, but a lot of skits, a lot
Yeah.
of things we're gonna kind of be
Yeah, a lot of good stuff.
show some things, and again, just dropping knowledge, man. Just preaching on these streets. I mean,
Absolutely, and it's gonna be a journey. And yeah, we glad that y'all joined us on our first, with the first verse, the Street Preachers podcast, and we just gonna continue to consistently come back with fire, and we're gonna give y'all ways to reach out to us. We definitely want the community to be a part of it. If y'all got ideas, stuff y'all want to know about, stuff y'all want us to talk about, we're gonna make it possible for y'all to to reach out to us and be a part of it, man. We're gonna do this thing together.
yep.
For sure.
Instagram, Street Preachers Podcast. Reach out to us. Twitter will follow. We'll have a YouTube coming soon. Everything's still in the works, but this is blast off.
Absolutely.
But until next time,
Holla.
see you.